So I'll go ahead and get started here. My name is Grayson Simmons. I am a multimedia designer with academic technology and design. In my role, I primarily work with instructors to create course content. I host a lot of webinars, as I'm doing today, this morning. We have an in-person studio that I film videos with instructors, with groups on campus that might need videos placed into their course. So it's a very robust role that I work with. But today we're going to specifically talk about Kaltura Mediaspace. So Kaltura Mediaspace is the university's multimedia management system. It's available to all instructors and students alike, and it ties perfectly into today's theme of engagement within your course. So after this presentation, you'll have a better understanding of what exactly you can do with Kaltura, how to utilize some of the recording options, and ways to integrate videos within your Canvas course. Earlier, Mary mentioned a Canvas tour as an option that you could include in your course, which is a very cool thing to do, especially if your course is a little bit different and there's parts that you want to highlight for students. After this presentation, you'll be able to do that yourself. So just as a kind of precursor, if you want to throw up some reactions, maybe a thumbs up reaction, if you've used Kaltura in the past for a course or just kind of played around with it yourself. Excellent, perfect. Okay, cool. So I'm not sure, John and Carol, how you use them, but you can use them as announcements, lecture videos, and discussions. As we go through through today's session, I want you to think about how you might incorporate video and Kaltura into your course, and then at the end we'll take some time and discuss maybe some options or experiences that others have had in the past. So let's start out with an overview of what Kaltura is and what to use it for, and then how it differs from other hosting sites that have been used in the past. So starting out, what is Kaltura? As I said before, it's a hosting and streaming service for users to upload videos used for teaching and learning. And then Mediaspace is the specific host of Kaltura content, and it's where you'll be able to access your recordings, upload new videos, and arrange playlists. Kaltura also features unlimited user storage and bandwidth. So, as a user, you never have to worry about, is my video size too large to upload? The only thing you need is, a trusty internet connection that you can depend on. So there is a little bit of a difference between what Kaltura and Mediaspace is. Just think of Mediaspace as the hosting repository, if you will, of all the videos, and then Kaltura is the actual application that you integrate within Canvas and use. What do I use it for? So you can use Kaltura for in a variety of ways, but the most common are lecture videos where you record yourself with a PowerPoint, perhaps, general overviews of module content, tutorials of course-specific software techniques. In the past, we've had courses in econ that might have tutorials of Excel spreadsheets, other sorts of course software that might be externally linked. You can use video discussion posts. So that's another thing that Frances had mentioned that she's been doing in some of her courses. Anywhere that you have a discussion in your course as an assignment or just in any of the modules, students have the ability to record and post videos, as do you as instructors. You can also use them for weekly announcement videos, which is heavily encouraged, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. So the sky really is the limit on what you can do with Kaltura and how you want to use it in a course or just to play around with. Most importantly, using video through Kaltura in your course builds virtual presence as an instructor to show that there's a personality and expertise behind just the profile picture that they see posting assignments and grades. It's really important, especially talking about this new normal of online and blended classes where you don't get the face-to-face interaction, and people learn in such different ways that seeing, for myself, I'm a visual learner, so seeing it on screen, seeing and connecting with a face really helps out. And John, you turned your video on there. Look at that. You're responding to my needs there. That's awesome. Let's see here. Thumbs up. Yep. And it also builds engagement between students. So thinking about discussion posts where they have videos, students can interact with each other. They're not just seeing a name that's in the class with them. They can have a conversation and a dialogue back and forth, which is, again, it's the most beneficial thing of using video in your course. And overall, I have previous experience in marketing and advertising, and video truly is the bread and butter of how to get your message across. So in the past, let's talk about why Kaltura over YouTube. In the past, you may have used YouTube for course videos. I know there's a lot of courses and departments out there that have YouTube channels where unlisted videos were hosted. But recently, Google's changed some policies around that have led to advertising on course content, which we want to avoid, just to keep it more of an educational experience for students, and they're not targeted by target ads and things like that. And it's also changed a few things where it's made mass delistings of videos. So for a lot of courses, you might notice if you have videos that have been hosted on YouTube and you have them linked to your course, they've kind of disappeared when you click the link, that you're not able to view them. For some reason, changes have kind of gone through and made those videos private. So we have to go in on the back end, find out which channel it's on, and make them unlisted again. So the benefit of using Kaltura, it's an easy integration with Canvas, and it allows for access for my team and ATD to be able to edit, move around videos, upload videos, and place them within whatever module, whatever page you need to in a course. Now, you still can link, external videos from YouTube. Let's say you have a TED Talk or other video resource, still completely fine to do that. You'll just put that as a hyperlink. And then Kaltura, like I said, Kaltura is free to all users with a university account, and you'll be able to upload whatever video content you'd like. And just as a side note, currently the university is going through an RFP review for our media management provider. So there is a potential that we might be moving on from Kaltura, but the message still stays the same. Whatever we go with, we'll still be encouraging you to use video and upload them to your course. And you know what? Next faculty development day, I'm sure I'll be back if we have a new vendor doing the same thing with the new program. So let's take a look now at the Mediaspace homepage. So this is a screenshot here I have, and we're going to go over a few things. I have a few slides, and I'm going to jump out into actual demonstration of these things so you can kind of follow along and see how to actually use these tools. So this is the homepage here. I've highlighted the three areas on the homepage that we're kind of going to go in depth on, which is the add new, and this is where we'll be able to upload new videos. We've got my media, which is where you'll be able to see all of your media. And then my playlists, which is where you can create, arrange, embed playlists wherever you'd like. John, you've got your hand raised. Go ahead.
Yeah, is this interface the same for the students?
I believe it's the same interface. So you would have, you'd have your login name, you'd have add new. There might be a few things, my channels might not be there, but I think my media and my playlist would still be there.
So at the moment, the way my assignment is laid out, they record a Zoom meeting, and for lack of a better explanation, I have them upload that recording as an unlisted YouTube and then share it, set its properties right, and share it out, because I have one group review the video of another group. So if they use this instead, presuming one student could click add new and upload their recorded Zoom meeting.
Exactly. Yeah. So any student has the ability to do the same thing. And what I'll do is I'll jump out of this in a second, and we'll kind of go into adding a new video, and it'll be the same process. But right now you have them uploading unlisted videos to YouTube. it's the same process on Kaltura. You can upload a video, you can make it unlisted, and you'll have a link to share. So anyone that needs to view that video, the other group that wants to do the review can take that link. And it works the same way as you would with a YouTube. It's just through Kaltura.
Got it. So then the link becomes good for anyone who has access to the link.
Correct. Yep. So unlisted links will be, anybody with that link can view it. Otherwise, it's kind of hidden from public view.
Got it.
So let's kind of go
Thank
into
you.
that now. Yeah, no problem. That segues perfectly into actually doing a demo. So what I'll do is close out of my PowerPoint here, and I'm going to jump over to Kaltura Mediaspace. Can we all still see this? Perfect. Okay. So this, like I was talking about, this is the homepage for Kaltura Mediaspace. You can see my media here. I can scroll down and see all the videos that I've uploaded. I want to start with add new. So we're talking about uploading videos. There's a few options when you get to add new. So the first one's upload media. You can record right in your web browser. And the third one that we're going to focus on today is record using Kaltura Capture. These are the three main ones that you'll use pretty much the whole time you use Kaltura. So starting out with upload media, for instance, John, this is where your students, when they have the video file for their Zoom recording, they'll go upload media. It'll bring you to this upload page. So you can choose your file. I'm going to choose this Ollie Sampler webinar that I recorded last week. And while it's uploading, you have the option to give it a name. So I'll just give it a title name. You can add a description. And then you can also add tags. Now for instructors, we really like to keep videos kind of neat and tidy. So if you have a CRN for a course, I really recommend putting it as a tag. So for example, if this belonged in, we'll say ASCL 6213, which is a course that I've uploaded a few videos for, I would just type that in, add the tag, and then you can search by tags and find videos. If you have multiple courses that you're working with, you can add that and search in the search function later. Another very important portion of this, which allows ATD and myself to access your videos, to be able to move things around, place them into different modules, and update them semester to semester, is this Add Collaborator button. So when I click Add Collaborator, I have the option to type your user group or name. And you can do this too if you have co-instructors for a course. You can type in another instructor's name. But for example, here to add ATD collaboration, I would just put CCAPS ATD team, and it populates right here. So anybody that's ever logged into Kaltura Mediaspace and set up their account, their name will pop up here. So I do that, and I'll click co-editor, co-publisher, and co-viewer, and this is what allows that access to anybody that you type in here. And you just hit add, and now that whoever you added into that collaborator portion right there, when they head to their My Media page, they'll see that video pop up. And then John, to your point of unlisted links, this is also very important. I recommend every video, once it's uploaded and once you're ready to share it or use it for whatever purpose you're using it for, make sure that it's unlisted so that, anybody with that link can view it, but it's not publicly viewable. And most importantly, sometimes I even overlook this, is definitely hit the save button, because sometimes the title doesn't save, the description doesn't save. The video will still upload, but you'll lose all of the tags, all of the description, all of the titles that you put there. So you just want to hit save. And then once that's saved, you can head back to your My Media, and you'll see here that it's been uploaded. There is a processing, there is processing time that it takes to actually view the video. So if I were to go in, you can see it's still being processed. Don't worry, it'll still upload. It'll still be there. It just depends on your bandwidth that you have. Okay. So let's see, going into, let me show you how to find the link. So if you're going to share the link, so for the students that have the Zoom upload, or you want to share this link on a module page, you'll click into the video. When you scroll down here, there's a couple options. The details, this is where it shows your, description, tags. When you hit share, you have a couple different options here. This is the link. So this is the direct link. You can post this anywhere. And when you click that link, that'll take you to the video. You can even, link it. So if I want to start the video at 2 minutes, I could do that and then end it whenever, if you just want to send a portion. Up to you. I usually just send the whole file, make them look for themselves. And then you also have the ability to embed. And we can go over this when we move to kind of the integration with Canvas, but this embeds the video player into your page on Canvas. So instead of a link that a viewer would look at, they would actually be able to see an embedded video. And if you ever want to change descriptions or move things around, you go over here to Actions and you'll hit Edit. And this brings you to kind of the same editing page that we had when we uploaded, but there's a few more options. So let's say you accidentally made it private and you want to change it to unlisted. You'll just head to Published, make it unlisted. Collaboration, this is where you can add more collaborators if you'd like. And then another thing that we'll talk about a little bit later too is captions. So, excuse me, all Kaltura videos that are uploaded will automatically have auto-generated captions, it's really neat. And it's a little bit more accurate than YouTube, but it's not perfect. So there are a few options to upload a captions file if you have it, or edit captions. A lot of the time that work kind of falls to ATD if it's something that you want to clean up a little bit. You can always send a request and we can go in and find something out and figure out how to clean it up for you a little bit. Okay. So another thing I wanted to show you before we move on to Kaltura Capture and recording in the webcam is searching my media. So let's say you want to, this is not just a search field for, let's say I wanted to find this Canvas webcam upload, that second video there. Normal search function. But the cool thing is you also can search from your captions. So within the auto-generated captions, let's say you forget which video it is, but you knew you said something about Kaltura. I can just search that and it'll show me which videos I have that keyword in, which I think is a really cool feature. You don't find that on a lot of different things. So yeah, just a neat little feature, kind of a cool thing to work around with. I want to go back to add new now. So adding new, if we go to the second option here, record in webcam browser. If you don't have a video file already edited or put together that you want to upload, you can directly record from your webcam browser, which is excellent. When you click on it, it'll bring up this page. So you can see here, it's got my webcam. I can record it, gives you a little countdown. Another sample recording. I have about 5 of these now on my page because I do this all the time, but I'll stop that. And then once it's done, you can either record again if you don't like the way you looked. I feel okay about the way I look today. You can download a copy if you want, or if you're ready, you can just use this. And then it takes you to the same page, the same upload page as any other upload. You can rename it, enter your description, add your tag, make it unlisted, and then you'll just save it from there. It's processing, you can see here, but it's there. So that's a very easy way to use it if you just need to do something quick and you're ready to go. I recommend doing that. The last, oh, yep, John, go ahead.
So The second part of the exercise is for the other group to react to the video of another team.
Mhm.
So today, as I mentioned, the original team makes an unlisted YouTube video. They have to allow embedding because I use Video Ant as the mechanism for them to do their feedback of the other team's video. So will the raw links to a Kaltura video, do they allow embedding by default?
That's a good question. As far as I know, and I can do some more research on this too, but as far as I know, this embed, this embed link here, if you can embed it on any page, if there's the ability to embed, this will go there. Another thing that we can look into is for your course, if you want to do a redesign or some sort of consultation on using Kaltura and integrating that into the assignment. So where we would have that embedded video file, essentially work as like a discussion post where you would have that recording and then a response through a Kaltura video. We could do it that way. But as far as I know, anywhere that you can have that embed feature or anywhere that embeds videos, you can put that iframe embed into there. But I'll look more into that, and I can get back to you with that one too.
Okay.
Okay, so the last thing that I want to look into while we're here on this my media space page is recording using Kaltura Capture. This I think is one of the coolest features, especially if you have lecture videos that you want to record along with slides or PowerPoints or even just anything on your screen. So the first time you use Kaltura Capture, the first time you click that, it'll bring you to this page. And if you don't have it downloaded already, it has a direct download for Windows or Mac. I happen to have it downloaded, so I'll just open Kaltura Capture. And then when it opens, you get this little widget here, and this is the Kaltura Capture dashboard. You can see here, this is the giant record button. You'll never lose that. You'll always know where to hit the record button. And then the cool thing about this is you have the options of what you want to record. So I have the option here to record whatever screen I'd like. I can record this desktop. I can record my other monitor, which is right now my Zoom going on. But I'll keep it on this desktop. You can go to your camera. If you have multiple webcams, you can choose from whichever one. Same thing with audio. You can use the internal audio or any mic that you have plugged in. And then let's say I don't want to record my webcam. I could just turn that off. I don't want to record audio. I can just turn that off. Same thing with screen. If you want, it's kind of a different workaround of using just that webcam browser, but you could turn off the screen recording as well. But for now, I'm going to keep all of those on. And what I'll do is I'll hit record. You get another little countdown here, and then this is your little dashboard here to make sure you know how much time you've been recording. Right now, it's recording my entire screen. So anything that I do here is recorded. It's also recording my webcam, which is really neat. Something that is really, really cool are these little features here. Let's say I want to draw on this screen. Let's see, I'll use this. I want to highlight SSO. You can highlight things on your screen. You can get rid of it. There's even a whiteboard. Some of these tools you may use, some you may not, but they're fun to play around with and figure out ways that you could incorporate them into your videos if you'd like. But for now, I will. You can pause your recording, but I'm going to stop it, and I'll show you what this leads to. So once you've stopped your recording, you get this kind of different look, but the same function of the media space page and uploading videos. This is where you can add your title. So I'll just call this Kaltura Capture. Sample recording 8:18. Again, you can add your description or tags. You can review it, make sure it looks good. And then when you're ready, you can save and upload. So from here, if you hit save and upload, it's going to upload directly to Kaltura. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can see here, these are all the ones that I've used Kaltura Capture to record and upload to my media. So the great thing about this integration is that you don't have to find that video file, upload the new video file in Kaltura Mediaspace. This will just do it straight for you. Sometimes it does take a little bit of time for it to show up in your My Media page. If I go to My Media, it still might not be here yet because it's processing and needs to be there. But you know, give it a few minutes. If you need to log out and log back in, sometimes that helps. But once it's there, it's the same functionality. You can take that link, you can take the embed link, put it where you need to. While we're waiting for that one to upload, I'll kind of show you this Kaltura Capture recording, just to show you what it looks like as a viewer. And this is for students and for instructors. This is the view you'll get. You'll see down here, you have my webcam view, and then you have the main view of my screen. As I play through this, you can, as a viewer, you can move this around. I can resize it. Let's say I want to switch to just see the bigger picture of myself. I can come up here and switch this. I'm going to replay it again for length. You can do a side-by-side. You can just focus on the screen. It's really cool. And this player version is the same in Canvas too. So if you link or embed this video into Canvas, you'll have that option as a viewer within Canvas. Jenny asks, I apologize. In editing mode, is it possible to add headings and banners to the video? Great question. I will show you what you can do. It's pretty limited in what you can do within the video. There is an actual internal editor that you can use within Kaltura. You can open that up. And let's see here. The only things that you can do within the Kaltura editor are you can fade out, you can trim the clips. There is not an option for adding banners or any sorts of text. If that's something you want to do, you can submit a request for ATD and I'll take over and I could add banners. I do a lot of that with a couple courses. I'll add like title slides, lower thirds for any kind of guest experts or yourself. So if that's something you want to do, I do recommend using our course management assistant form and we can get something set up. So now you can see, you know, this is the one we just recorded. It's finally uploaded. It's finally here. So I promise it's there. What I want to go through now is, now that we've kind of gone over those recording uploads, I'm going to go over playlists. This is another great way to kind of combine all your videos. Let's say you have multiple videos for a module, for example, and you want to put them all in one playlist instead of linking them all separately. This is what you would do. You just go to My Playlists. You'll create a new playlist. Again, you can add your description, you can add your tags. I'll create that. Once you've created it, you can add whatever videos you want from your My Media page just by, you know, clicking the plus button. You can rearrange the order if you'd like, but then once you're ready, you'll just go to playlist. And this is your playlist. So from here, you can, again, share and embed. So you can share the link directly, or you can also embed it. So this is what it'll look like when you embed the playlist function. It'll be small, but again, you can maximize the video size as a viewer. You have the option to do a horizontal player if you want. It looks a little wonky right here, but it looks a little bit better on Canvas and when you actually use it. But again, it just has your playlist of videos here, similar to what some courses have used on YouTube. It looks the same and it acts the same way. And again, you can edit from here if you want to change things around. Okay, let's see. So let's move to integration on Canvas now that we've kind of gone through all of the different uploads. So I'm going to move to Canvas here. This is my sandbox course that I have. And the first thing to note is, where can you put videos on Canvas? Well, anywhere that you have the ability to edit text with a rich content text editor, you have the option to upload Canvas videos or link them. So for example, if I go to Module 1, I go to my Module 1 overview, I can put Kaltura videos or link them anywhere on this page just by going into my editing abilities. And what you'll need to know first off is this little starburst icon. This is Kaltura, so just never forget that and you'll be good to go. This is the Kaltura embed video, an embed function. You can see here that I've already linked a video. This is still an option if you want to do this. You can just hyperlink the video out. But if you want to embed any videos, what you would do is you'll go straight to Kaltura, you'll hit that icon, and you'll get the same options here as you do from that Mediaspace page. You can upload media directly. You can record straight from your webcam. And then if you hit more media options, this will take you to your uploads that you have currently on your Mediaspace Kaltura page. So you can see these are the videos that we were just looking at on Mediaspace. If I want to embed this one, I'll just hit embed.
And where's the playlist there?
So the playlists, if you want to add a playlist, I'll go back to embed, go to more media options. I go to media gallery playlists, and it might not be there because it hasn't updated yet, but it should appear there. Otherwise, what you would do requires a little bit more of the going into, I'll show you here. Going into the HTML editor. But again, if you want to go to more media options, media gallery, you can create one. Well, let's see here. Seem to have lost it. I will have to come back to that one. But for this instance, we'll just go with this sample recording. I'll embed straight just by hitting that button there. Oh, my clicker was in the wrong place. But if I have it here, now you'll see that kind of has embedded this video into that page. I want to get rid of that. And then when I save it and I scroll down here, you'll see that it's embedded on this page. So you can view it, like I said earlier, same viewing functionality with the webcam and the screen recording. So not only can you do this, for example, on a module page, same functionality exists within discussions. So if I had a discussion and, as an instructor, I wanted to add, a jumping off point for discuss, here you would do the same thing. You could add media. Perhaps here you would just record straight from your webcam to introduce the topic. And then when you save that, it'll appear here. And then students and instructors, when you're responding, have the same functionality. So when you click into this reply box, you'll have that Kaltura icon. You can record from your webcam. You can upload that direct link, or you can upload media directly from here. Okay, and then the last thing that I want to talk about on integration with video within Canvas is announcements. This is a big a big encouragement to instructors is to not only use, the text announcements that you might have used in the past, but to actually use video announcements. Like I said, and like we talked about earlier, it helps build that presence, the virtual community within your classroom. So it works the same way. You add a new announcement and you would just use that starburst icon, right? Record webcam might work best there. And those, so any kind of announcements, they're only per semester. So, each time the course gets copied over, your announcements disappear. So you don't have to worry about those copying over to the next semester. You'll just record new ones. That way you can keep it sort of relevant to the class that you might have. I would keep announcements as the week to week things that might be changing. Hey, you guys did great on this assignment. Here's something in the news this week that made me think of this class, and then keep the more evergreen content to those module options. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my presentation. And we're going to go to this slide here. And I'm going to talk, we touched on this a little bit, but talking about captioning. So like I said, all uploads to Kaltura have auto-generated captions. Great feature. Like I said, only 90% accurate. So it is recommended to edit them if you have particular names, words, language, or specific content that you want to make sure is correct. And then second, there is the option within Kaltura to create video quizzes, which is a neat feature. It's something that's kind of still growing. So if it's something that you're interested in, again, reach out through our assistance form, and we can try to make that into an assignment. But essentially, it allows you to take a video that you've uploaded, choose a point in the video, and add a question in a couple different types: multiple choice, true, false, reflection, or open-ended. Students can then be prompted to respond to the question when they reach that point. And then you can even set these quizzes up to be an assignment that links to your Canvas gradebook. So if you're interested in that, reach out. We'll try to get something put together for you. And then last, I just want to go over some best practices for video through Kaltura. So again, we heavily encourage video announcements to build that virtual presence for your course. Nothing's better than seeing a face and hearing a voice put along with the words that are in that course. And then for more evergreen content, for example, module overviews, lectures, tutorials, place those into your modules. Ideally, you won't need to re-record those for a handful of years. We'll just keep those in there. And then if you're interested in consulting with a designer and myself about incorporating video into your course, again, use that ATD faculty learning management assistance form. Like I said, we have a studio. We can do on-location video shooting, and then I take care of that editing and polishing, and then placing it into the course. I know that I've done a few things. Steve Chise is on here. We just recorded a guest expert interview a couple weeks ago for his course that I put together, and now it's in one of his modules. So as you think about maybe ways to incorporate video, guest expert interviews are always great. You can even do those over Zoom and record them and put them into your course. So with that, I will take some time. We have about 10 minutes here for some questions. Maybe we'll talk about how you have used video, how you want to use video in your course, and I'll open the floor.
I just sent you a message, Grayson. I just tried to do this and I'm getting permission denied when I try to record directly to my course site.
Okay. And that's when you, let's see, you're using the Kaltura starburst icon?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Let me pull this up here.
I tried it for both in a module and with announcements. And
okay. Have you logged into Kaltura before and created your account?
A long time ago, so maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, what I would recommend is start by logging into Mediaspace and making sure everything's set up. Um, you do have to log in to get set up and be able to share, share collaboration with other viewers. So that might be the problem that you're encountering.
Okay, I mean, I have a bunch of videos in it, so
Okay. Another thing is it when you hit the record webcam button.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wonder if are you using a Mac or a PC?
Mac.
Mac. One thing that it might be is under your permissions and settings. It might be that you've denied access to your webcam. That could be an issue. I was getting the same message too using Chrome. Okay, interesting.
And I gave it permission. So maybe Firefox is what we have to use.
You shouldn't have to. I'm using Chrome. That's something that I have not run across. So it's definitely an issue that I look into more. Yeah, I'll have to Firefox worked fine. Okay. I do know that we were having some issues. I know yesterday with the Faculty Development Day Canvas site and Chrome users, we got the message that just to make sure that your Chrome is up to date, to make sure that things are working fine. So I would recommend just going in and making sure Chrome's up to date. And if that's still a problem, just let me know. We can look more into that.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Any ways that folks have used video before in your courses, or maybe ways that you want to moving forward?
Well, I use Kaltura Capture when we had to convert. We had 2 classes in flight when the pandemic struck. And so the remaining balance of the course had to be recorded. So I did that. So I've got both courses actually have the recorded lectures. I'm just not using them in the other one because it's gone back to classroom.
Right.
I've had my online course. My online course has been up for a few semesters, and only for the first time last semester in a feedback, did a student say, "I'm not hearing from you in person during this semester," right? So because I didn't do announcements.
Right.
And so that's the first time anyone ever commented instead of just sort
Yeah,
of.
I mean, like I said, it definitely helps build that community and presence. And just it can even be just a short announcement. I think it really helps. But it's interesting to know. I mean, it kind of is proven right there by the feedback that you get from students. But yeah, great integration. I mean, it seems like you've been using this for now 2 years almost. So it's good to see instructors utilizing it and putting it into place, especially when you have online courses where just seeing slide decks and reading can be so challenging for some learners.
Right. So I think module and week kind of recorded. Now, when you watch the videos and you do the exercise, all those little things you'd say in the classroom that are sort of I don't know what you call it, the context, the background
The
statements,
competencies that you kind of get out of each week. That's what I see a lot of instructors doing that are using Kaltura is using that module video to kind of go over the competencies, what to expect, not necessarily going through each bit of information, but kind of a larger, 34,000 feet view of what's going on.
Yep. That'd be good. And then I would like to modify that exercise to drop the whole YouTube component. So I wonder if have the general instructions about doing it this way written for the student?
You're talking about having like a tutorial for uploading to Kaltura.
Yes.
We do. So one thing that I did link in my slides, and I will put it on here. And this is generally for faculty resources. This page here is our faculty resource page, and this has all of our media tutorials. We're kind of uploading these as new things come as we see fit, but a lot of these go over kind of what I've talked about today, along with uploading videos to Kaltura. If it's something that we want to kind of focus towards students, that's also something we can include in instructions within assignments and the course. Any other questions or comments from folks as kind of wrap up today? All right. Well, I hope it's not raining outside because I'd like to go for a lunchtime walk, but thank you everybody for joining today. Hopefully you've kind of gained a little bit more knowledge about using Kaltura and integrating video within your course. Again, if you want to reach out with our course management assistance form, feel free and we'll get something scheduled. But otherwise, have a fantastic Thursday and a great weekend.